hopes there is stood next to Ruben Boutens, and on the right is Vika Schlett. So there's Holler, Shana, Pinero, Briley, last year's champion, Bram Gelton, and Kuba Pucholski, and there's Matt Barsh on the end. Matt Barsh won with a good chance this year. So these are the finalists. These are the drivers who have made it through to the final, the top 10 out of 100 entries. Can we look beyond Ruben Boutens on the right to make such a comeback? He has won this event 6 times, and he is a double world champion. But there is a bit of a changing of the guard, led potentially by Vika Schlett, who was to the right of Ruben Boutens there. There's Matt Barsh. He's been around a long time, shaking hands with Ruben Boutens. A lot of luck wishing, but you know each one wants to win for themselves. And the first qualifier will be out on track.
Yeah, exactly. The sooner you can get yourself ready and in the kart, the better you'll be. The Formula Fast team helping out there, getting the weights in the kart, and Ivan is ready to get himself going, adjusting the seat again because he wants to keep the temperature in those tyres as soon as possible. Remember, he's only got an out lap and 1 flying lap to get that time in, and he makes his way onto the circuit.
Okay, so British Rental Kart Championship 2023 here at Formula Fast Milton Keynes. The first qualifier for the grand final is out on the warm-up lap. It is the Hungarian Ivan Shana. Ivan Shana is making his way around, and he's on his warm-up lap as we speak, getting a feel for the kart. He's on the backstretch. Here he comes. He's weaving around a little bit, just trying to maximise the maybe it's mental, maybe it's real, but he's certainly trying to maximise any heat in the tyres. Now, here he is, he's going to cross the line. His qualifier begins now, and out he goes. He's heading towards the snail section. The snail gets slower and slower to a hairpin, and then faster and faster from the hairpin. There is the hairpin, so the snail gets faster and faster. He's on the throttle. He's going to be on the throttle all the way around these corners, all the way down the backstretch. A huge amount of time on full throttle here at Formula Fast, down the backstretch there at the far side of the building. Down he goes. It's going to be a lot of braking for this hairpin though. Shana gets turned in. He's looking pretty cool there. Round he goes, very, very smooth, and into the final hairpin, and then he's going to give it the boot across the line. Here he goes, qualifies, and sets the first time of 30.4. Now, how is this going to work out? Because the we have seen in the past, Anthony, maybe not last year, but certainly a few years ago, where and several times where the first qualifier has actually sat there on the top and ended up qualifying on pole. So certainly Ivan Shana sets that benchmark. We've seen it before where it's been fast enough to stay on pole. Now we're obviously expecting, I'm expecting Ramon Pinero next. Yes, it is. He's the one in the pit lane. What did you think of that, Anthony?
Yeah, it was okay. Came out with a 31.445 or 4.55, I should say. Yeah, pretty respectable time. Ivan comes out of the car. He's obviously a bit of a shake of the head, but you know, something you can take from that one. Ivan, how do you think that went?
I had one big slide on the opening session. We will see about the others, but it was a bit too slidey for me. I think Ramon will do better than me.
Well, it's still a good time. Keep an eye on that timing board. We'll see how your time sticks up. Ramon Pinero is out now.
Absolutely, Ramon Pinero, the Spanish driver, he is going to challenge that time. 31.4 is what he's aiming for. He's on his warm-up lap. Now, Ramon Pinero is in this final, but he has really had to work for it. The first couple of races early on Saturday, he wasn't looking this good at all, but he's won races since then, pulled up his point score, won his semi-final. That raised his point score to sufficient to make the grand final here for 2023. His qualifying lap starts now. What's it going to be? So that time up there, don't pay too much attention to that. That is purely his warm-up lap time. 31.4 is what he's aiming for, and this is the lap he's going to do it. He's coming out of the snail section now. He's heading for the fast corner, which will lead to the backstretch. Here he is. This is Ramon Pinero from Spain. Down the backstretch he goes. We've seen him so many times here at Formula Fast. This time he's in the grand final, gets turned in. Smooth round these final corners here. He's in the final hairpin, and then it's full power across the line. There he is, accelerating across the line. Ramon Pinero, what's it going to be? He's faster, 31.3. Just 0.06 seconds faster than Ivan Shana. So Ramon Pinero takes provisional pole position by 0.06 of a second. How close is that? Anthony, give yourself a stopwatch, and it'll take ages before you're stopping it that quick, right?
Yeah, it will indeed, but you know, Ivan did say that he had a big slide out there as well. Obviously the track has cooled down quite considerably since the last semi-final, so of course now drivers are aware of that. You would think they would take practice. So Ramon in the pit lane now. he will see the timing tower, and he will be obviously very pleased with that one.
Kuba
Roman
Puchalski.
Yep, Kuba Puchalski getting seated in the cart. We'll have a quick word with Roman when Kuba's out there, if we can. Roman, so provisional pole then for the final. Did the lap feel good?
It wasn't the best lap, but still solid. We'll see what, same as last year.
Yeah.
We do a lap, and we'll see what the others do, you know. Last year it took me a long way forward. We'll see how it goes this year. At least we're in the best position right now.
Stay tuned. Keep an eye on that timing board. Here we go then, Kuba Puchalski.
Okay, so the target timing now, 31.399. Here he is, Kuba Puchalski from Poland. He's been a top performer this weekend. He's won a couple of races, and he's on his warm-up lap at the moment. So 31.3 is the time he's aiming for. He's either going to be fastest or third, I think. It's going to be very hard to set a time in between those times. His time begins now. This is the qualifying lap now for Kuba Puchalski. He's on the Snell section. He's getting to the tight hairpin. He turns in. Now he's increasing speed all the way out to the Snell area. This is the Snell section he's coming out of. The speed increases through this corner here. Flat out down the backstretch. He's been on full power since the hairpin of the Snell. Now he's on the brakes, turning in, bit slidier than the others so far. Will that cost him time? Will it gain him time? We will find out in a second, because he's now across the line. What's it going to be? Will he be faster or slower? He's quickest. Kuba Puchalski lowers it. 31.0, that is 0.3 of a second faster than Ramon Pinero, 0.4 of a second faster than Ivan Shana. So Kuba Puchalski sets a slightly quicker time, and he is the third qualifier, and he's gone fastest. He's going to be back with you in a moment, Anthony, in the pits. He's waving. He knows he's top of the table at the moment. But next up, of course, is double world champion and 6 times former British Rental Kart Championship winner, Ruben Boutens. So here comes Kuba Puchalski, and down to you, Anthony.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Rubens will get ready. He'll want to get in that cart and sort it out ASAP to make sure that he is all set, ready to go. There we go then, Puchalski coming in. I don't think he needs to weigh himself. He knows he was the right weight before he went out. So let's have a quick word with Kuba. Congratulations on that one. Provisional pole, of course. Are you happy with the lap? It's the quickest we've had so far.
I think this lap was great. One mistake, but I think the other drivers will get better times because the kart is more warmer, and that's it. I will see how it will end up in the final. For sure, I want to have some fight with those drivers. Anyway, we'll see.
We'll see. Congratulations, well done. Ruben Boutens.
Okay, so 6 times BRKC champion Ruben Boutens is starting his qualifying lap now. He's on to the Snell section. Round he goes through the Snell. This is the hairpin, the tight part. Now he's building up speed, exiting the Snell area now. A number of corners, but each one is getting faster. Now he's on to the really quick left-hander that leads to the backstretch. He's carrying a lot of speed. Ruben Boutens there, hugging the inside, down the backstretch, getting turned in at the end there. Ruben Boutens, 6 times British champion, double world champion for the indoor karting, and he's on the final corner now. Okay, what will this time be? Ruben Boutens is second fastest, 0.2 of a second slower than Kuba Puchalski, so Rubens will line up second on the grid at the moment. So everyone's going to be shooting for that top time. Ruben Boutens currently second. It is, after 4 drivers, Kuba Puchalski from Ruben Boutens, Ramon Pinero, Ivan Shana. Next up will be the reigning champion, Britain's Sean Briley. Down to you in the pit lane there, Anthony.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Sean Briley currently sitting down, ready, priming himself ready. I won't distract him just as of yet because he needs to get in the zone for this one-off lap. You can imagine the amount of pressure that these drivers are going through. The fact that, again, a 6 times British champion and 2 times world champion only putting it on second place, you know, it just shows how much pressure they are going through. Let's quickly have a chat with Rubens. Rubens, if you want to put that down, obviously, I'm guessing it's quite heavy. We'll have a quick chat. Not the fastest time we've seen tonight, but still an incredibly quick time. Do we still feel confident going into the finals? Do you reckon we can manage it?
Sorry, what was the question?
Not the quickest time that we've seen tonight, but still a very quick time nonetheless. The kart was okay, but how was the lap for you?
Yeah, I don't think it was a very quick time, to be honest. Kart was difficult, so not a really good lap, but At least I will start in a better position than last year, that's for sure. So I'll make the best of the final anyway, so I'm looking forward to it.
Best of luck, Rubens. We'll see you out there. Obviously, our next driver, Sean Briley, out on track.
That's right, so Sean Briley is round the final turns on his warm-up lap. The reigning champion, Britain's Sean Briley, crossed the line. He's going to start his qualifier now. So what's it going to be? Kuba Pucholski has set the benchmark time, 31.0. Ruben Boutins, 0.2 behind that. Ramon Pinero, 0.3 behind that. Ivan Shana, 0.4 behind that one. So where at the end of this lap will Sean Briley sit? It's a question that's going to get answered in literally half a lap. He's looking very fast indeed. He's the reigning champion. He won here last year. And is he going to do the same this year? The qualifying is going to play a part. He's on to the final corner. What are we looking at for Sean Briley? He's crossing the line now. It is fastest. Sean Briley has set a new lap there, a new top lap, and it's 30.9, a mere 0.049 faster than Kuba Pucholski. An incredible lap there by Sean Briley. He will be delighted. He's visually delighted. Punch in the air, one hand on the wheel for Sean Briley. An incredible performance from a driver who at the start of the previous semi-final looked like he wasn't even going to make it in the final, is now fastest. Anthony Jordan in the pit lane.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, brilliant result then for Sean Briley. He's coming into the pit lane now. You heard a lot of celebrations, and he knows he's set that time, and he looks pretty chuffed with that one. The first driver to make it a sub 31-second lap time. Of course, we've seen drivers doing 29-second laps during the races, but that's when the tyres are fully up to temperature, track is warm, and in a race environment as well, you always go faster. Let's have a very quick word with Sean. Sorry guys, I just quickly button. Sean, congratulations, provisional pole. Nice result again. You were concerned about this weekend, but it's looking even brighter.
Yeah. Where's the camera gone? Fine. I messed up the quali a bit, realistically. I lifted off the throttle before I turned in for turn 2. The kart jumped a bit and my foot tapped the brake, but the entry just now is perfect and I'm really happy. I'm hoping I can start pole again.
Let's hope you can as well. Best of luck, reigning champion last year. Let's go to Bram Gelton on track.
Yeah, Bram Gelton starting his lap now, so Bram Gelton begins his qualifier. We know Bram Gelton is very, very quick indeed. He's often he's that one that sneaks under the radar a little bit. The dark suit maybe is what does it, but Bram Gelton is more than capable of taking the pole here as he comes around out of that corner onto the backstretch. There goes Bram Gelton, the Dutchman, heading down. The hairpin at the end of the straight is very important there. He's got to get the braking right, and he does. He's into the final hairpin now. Good exits required, not hitting the barrier. He doesn't hit the barrier. Across the line, what's going to be Bram Gelton? Third fastest. So Sean Briley sits on the pole with 30.9, a mere 0.04 behind is Kuba Pucholski. 0.1 behind is Bram Gelton, 0.2 behind is Ruben Boutins, 0.43 is Ramon Pinero, and 0.49 is Ivan Shana. So Bram Gelton puts himself into third place there. It's still Sean Briley topping the times though. Anthony Jordan, Sean must be, looking at that board with delight.
Yes, he is. He's so delighted he's had to put a woolly hat on to cover up any... no, hi, Sean. Yeah, don't worry. I'm not going to say anything negative about that. I was only going to say nice things. Bram, let's have a quick word on that one. Not obviously the result you wanted, third, but it's still a quick time. Do you reckon that's doable?
Yeah, it was a very difficult kart. A lot of understeer, so happy with the lap.
It's a good one. It's very chilly out there, but cheers, Bram. We'll let you go. Sam Slater makes his way out on track.
Yeah, Sam Slater, one of the British drivers who does a lot more of the international racing. He's been in action in a number of the international competitions, similar to this, but in other countries. His big aim for the year away from the UK, he's having a stab at the Swedish Championship this year, so we'll keep an eye on how he does later in the year. Of course, he'll be there at the World Championships too. He's on his warm-up lap. He's near the end of the lap. So Sam Slater, we saw the most dominant victory early on for him as he's crossing the line now for his qualifier. There he goes. It begins now. So Sam Slater, what can he do? He knows his way around the track. He knows how to drive an indoor kart, and he's looking good at this stage. He's on the snell. He's coming out of the snell there. The corners, as I say, keep getting faster through this section here. This is the fast corner onto the backstretch. There is Sam Slater hugging the inside, leaning out slightly to lift the weight from the inside wheel. Doesn't want to cause himself some understeer by leaning in. Oh, a little bit wide there maybe for Sam Slater. We'll see what that does to the time, but I think it was a little bit wide there, Anthony. He's coming across the line now. What's it going to be for Sam Slater? Slater is... He's last, he's seventh, half a second away from Sean Briley, and I don't know about this, Anthony, ask him, but it looked as though a little bit of an error down in the hairpin at the bottom there. He seemed to run a little bit wide at the end of the long straight after the corner, and that may be what made the difference. So Sam Slater coming back towards you, Anthony, in the pit lane. He will be a bit gutted to be down in 7th, although it is only half a second, but it's 7th.
I'd best be careful with the question that I ask him. I don't want to get throttled as he comes out of the kart. So let's find out how he feels. Obviously, yeah, hairpin, like you say, mistake. The body language kind of says it all. Sam Slater not going to be the happiest bunny.
Sorry, Anthony, just to cut in there, just before you speak to Sam. It did seem that he was a bit wide coming out. So, in fact, he's made a slightly longer track.
Right. We'll quickly jump in. Obviously, Sam quite a bit upset as they tried to get the weight out of the kart there. I think it's fallen over a bit in the kart, so there we go. It's all good. Sam, obviously not the result that you wanted. What happened out there looked like it was a little wide out the hairpin.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say, to be honest with you. My qualifying's been pretty good all weekend, and I tried to just take it slow and steady, and there was one particular corner which I felt I lost about 2/10, and I mean, even if I didn't, still wasn't a good lap. But I've got 4th pick of karts, maybe an early stop. Who knows? It's not over.
Definitely not. We've seen people come from the back to the front before in these races, so best of luck to you, Sam. We'll keep a very close eye on you out in the final. Our next driver, Dennis Holler, starts his lap.
That's it. The German Dennis Holler now, he's starting his qualifier. He's into that Snell section. He's on the bit where it gets tighter. There's the tight part, the hairpin. We've seen a lot of action there this weekend. Dennis Holler comes out of the Snell. He's building up speed all the way, and he's going to be on the full throttle now, all the way down the backstretch into the hairpin. Now, this is where Sam Slater appeared to run a little bit wide. So we'll see what happens with Dennis Holler there. He gets it tucked in. It's going to be a bit of a straighter line, possibly. We'll see what that does for the lap time, but Dennis Holler certainly looking very good indeed. He's coming off the final corner. He's going to race across the line here, and what's it going to be for Holler? It is 8th. Dennis Holler is in 8th place. So Dennis Holler, Sean Briley is fastest with 30.69, but Dennis Holler is half a second down on that, just a 100th of a second slower than Sam Slater in 7th. I think Dennis Holler will be slightly surprised there to find himself in 8th place, but obviously the race is coming up and things can change, but I think Dennis Holler will be a little bit surprised there. He's having a good look at the screen to find the disappointing news. There are 2 drivers yet to come. They, of course, are Vika Schlitz, Matt Barsh, but Dennis Holler coming to you now in the pits, Anthony Jordan.
You have to hate these moments, don't you? You know, you get all the way to the final and you do not have a great qualifying for it. Disaster for Dennis Holler. Then the German will have a quick word with him as he comes out. Dennis, obviously, again, not the result that you wanted on that one. Talk us through. The lap looked okay, but what happened?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm also a little bit surprised about the outcome of the lap, because the lap didn't feel that bad, actually. For sure, the kart is very much sliding on the rear, but yeah, we will see what Vika's doing right now. I'm excited, yeah.
Excellent. Well, we'll see you out there for the final. Like you say, best of luck for that. We've seen drivers come from the back to the front before. Like you say, Vika Schlitz, he's out on track.
Yeah, that was a huge slide on his warm-up lap. Vika Schlitz really sent it into that final hairpin, probably trying to get a feel for the kart, but his qualifier starts now. Vika Schlitz is turning into the Snell section there. The Dutchman turns in, and Vika Schlitz is on the Snell section. He's through the slow bit. He's into the quicker corners now, and he's building up speed. There he is in the background. There's Vika Schlitz, that distinctive golden helmet. Now, at the end of the straight here, it was a huge flicked slide. He threw it into the corner. What's it going to be? Yeah, he gets it turned in quite sharply there. He was obviously feeling his way through that, expecting to slide in, and in the final hairpin now, here he comes. He's going to be full speed across the line. Vika Schlitz is 3rd fastest, just 1/10 of a second behind Sean Briley. Now, Sean Briley has been up there in 1st place for some time now. Vika Schlitz brings it round back towards the pit lane. Anthony Jordan in the pits. Vika Schlitz has come through in 3rd, but it's still looking good for Sean Briley at the top of the table.
Yes, indeed. I don't know if the steam under his woolly hat can contain itself any longer. Only one more driver to have their qualifying session as Vika Schlitz makes his way into the pit lane. So Schlitz here will have a quick word with him as he comes in. Obviously, it's not pole position, it's not the full result that he wanted, but P3 is still a solid time, and you can definitely win a final from P3. It is doable, it has been done. Vika, let's have a quick word. Not pole, but P3, good result.
Yeah, after I see Dennis and Sam Slater, they are last. So yeah, for me, it was a really good lap with that kart.
Nicely done. You had it nice tight around the hairpin, so we've seen a lot of people running a little bit wide around that corner, but you held it nice and tight there.
Sorry, say again?
You held it nice and tight around the hairpin, no mistakes around there.
No, there was no mistake. It was a little bit slidey, but it's a good quali, and we will see in the final.
Brilliant stuff. Well, congratulations. Let's hope you stay on P3. Our last driver then, Matt Barsh, is on track.
That's right, the super tough Matt Barsh, the former Polish champion. He's coming down the backstretch now. We saw Vika Schlitz really throw it into that hairpin, getting a feel for the grip on his warm-up lap. Matt Barsh keeping a lot tidier. His actual qualifier is about to start when he crosses the line now. And Matt Barsh is now on his all-important qualifying lap. It's the grand final British Rental Kart Championship 2023. This is the final qualifying attempt. And the final driver out there is Matt Barsh. He's topped the points going into this final. He's the top scorer of the weekend, Matt Barsh. Can this be his year? He's on the backstretch now. He's attempting to qualify on pole position. Sean Briley currently occupies that. Matt Barsh gets turned in at the end. He's moving the wheel a bit, so it's a little bit slippery out there for him as he comes off the final corner. What's it going to be? It's Matt Barsh is in third place. He pushes Vika Schlitz and everyone else down, but it's going to be Sean Briley taking the pole position from Kuba Pachulski and Matt Barsh, Vika Schlitz, Bram Gelton, Ruben Buitens in sixth, the six-time champion, Ramon Pinero in seventh, Ivan Scharner, the first of the qualifiers, was eighth, Sam Slater in ninth, and Dennis Holler, the German, rounds him out in 10th place. But remember, Dennis Holler in 10th place says everything about the quality of this field. This is going to be an epic final with Sean Briley, the reigning champion, starting from pole position. Down to you, Matt Barsh is coming to you in the pit lane. Anthony Jordan.
Thank you very much, James Auld. Yeah, our final driver to come in, obviously our highest scoring driver throughout the weekend. Matt Barsh comes in, qualifying P3 at the end of the Super Pole. We'll have a quick chat with him, and then we'll go to, of course, our pole sitter. And Matt Barsh, the camera is over here, it's following us. P3, solid result. Obviously, you've had a fantastic weekend so far. Are you looking forward to this final? Do you reckon you can finish champion?
I'm not sure. We'll see after the race, so I can give you an answer of that, of course. But I hope so. I make maximum what I can. Well done, and we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be a good race. We're very much looking forward to seeing it. Congratulations, P3 in the Super Pole. Let's chat then to our pole sitter then. Confirmed it was a stellar time, the only driver to get it in the sub 31 seconds. Sean, is the steam being contained underneath that woolly hat?
Yeah, so I feel self-conscious, had to put a hat on.
What a result that is. You know, you thought the time was quick, you looked happy when you came in, and it stuck throughout qualifying.
Yeah, it gives me another good chance. Not much else to say, I'm just looking forward to it. I'll let my team speak for me.
I think they're speaking very loudly about it. Sean, congratulations. We'll see you out on track. And of course, congratulations to all our finalists. They've had a fantastic weekend so far. Really tough, really challenging competition all the way throughout this weekend. But James, there is one event left to do. Let's get this final done and dusted.
Sean Briley with the yellow and black helmet at the front. Kuba Pachulski behind him. Matt Barsh behind that. And then, of course, we know it's Schlitz, Gelton, Buitens, Pinero, Jana, Slater, and Dennis Holler at the back there. So the marshal's just making sure everyone's lined up properly. It's going to be Sean Briley to set the pace on the remainder of the lap before getting on the throttle. Now, here we are. We're getting ready for the start of the final of the British Rental Kart Championship 2023. Bring them around. It's Sean Briley. When's he going to pull the pin? He's gone early. He's gone very early. Sean Briley accelerates away. Are they going to get it clean? Yes, they are. They're going to get the final underway, and Sean Briley races away into the snail section. He's been pursued by the second place, which is Kuba Pachulski, and behind that is Matt Barsh. So as they carry him around, there's Sean Briley, the yellow and black helmet.
Not a good start there for Matt, was it?
Sorry, Anthony, down in the pit lane.
Yes?
Yeah, sorry, were you saying something on the mic?
No, I was talking to the marshal. Sorry if you may have overheard me.
Yeah, Dennis Holler making a move though. Dennis Holler has jumped Sam Slater. Sam Slater being pushed last. Dennis Holler on the move already, but here is Sean Briley with the lead. There is Kuba Puchalski in second. It's still Matt Barsh third, but there's a bit of a gap there as Vika Schlett's fourth, Gelton, Boutons and Pinero there. It is still Sam Slater bringing up the rear though. He has been jumped by the German Holler on that first lap down the end of the backstretch. So here they come through the thing there. There's the corner there. There's Sam Slater at the back. So Sean Briley leads at the end of the second lap. He's got full attention though of Kuba Puchalski. Matt Barsh has closed back in. He's brought Vika Schletz with him. It's the early stages. We've still got 28 minutes on the clock. It's a half-hour race, this one, as they come around the snail section there. There's a tight corner there. So round goes Sean Briley. Anthony in the pits. Obviously, I just want to point out to remind everyone, it is a two-stop race, this one. Are we going to see some
big lunge there
Huge
from
lunge.
Puchalski.
Yeah, Puchalski takes the lead. Barsh has gone with him. Sean Briley's been shoved back to third place.
And a pit stop.
Yeah.
It's Roman Pinero. He pits first. So the driver in the number 19, early pit stop. It's two good pit stops, and he is out on track.
Yeah, Ramon Pinero, seen it all kicking off in front of him. He wants out right now. He knows he's going to be quicker on his own. If those at the front are going to race like that, he wants some clear space, set the time, and hopefully leapfrog them. Now it's still getting racy at the back. Down the inside. Oh, Vika Schletz on Sean Briley. Very robust. Are the organisers going to say something? No, they're letting that one go. As Vika Schletz, and into the pits, it's Dennis Holler.
Yeah, Dennis Holler now going for his first of his two pit stops. It's a green light on the first one, comes into pit gate number 2, and it's green light on the second one, comes out behind Pinero.
So Dennis Holler has resumed behind Pinero. He's actually closer to Pinero than he was earlier on, so it's the right thing already now. Kuba Puchalski leads 4 laps in. Matt Barsh is second, Vika Schletz third, Sean Briley fourth, Bram Gelton fifth, then it's Ruben Boutons, Ivan Shana, Sam Slater, Pinero and Holler have both been in the pits, so they're at the back.
And I've got another driver in. This time it's Sam Slater from the back of the grid. He does his first pit stop now as well. Green light on gate number 1. Comes into gate 2. Little late on the brakes, but gets the green light, and it's going to be close on exit.
He's jumped Holler. He's jumped Dennis Holler. And Dennis Holler's going to try the outside pass in the snail, but Sam Slater, surely it's going to shut him off. Yes, he does. So Sam Slater, he was passed on the opening lap by the German Holler, but he's got him back in the pit stops. Both these drivers have made their first pit stop, but Sam Slater, the British driver, has come out on top. He's currently resumed in 9th. We'll see how he progresses through the field. There's Kuba Puchalski in first place. There is Matt Barsh. There is Vika Schletz. So in the Snell section there, they're building up speed now. There's Vika Schletz coming out, Matt Barsh, and in the pits.
Yeah, Sam Slater in for his second and final stop, and it's good on gate 1, comes into gate 2, and it is good on gate 2. He's done. He can finish this race.
So Sam Slater, he's running right through to the finish now. He's going to run a long race all the way to the end with no pit stops. Every driver has to make 2 in this race. He's made his 2. So Sam Slater, he's last, but he's made 2 stops. Will this be an inspired choice? It's certainly out of sync with all of the others, but running that far back, Sam Slater feels he needs to do something radical, and it is very radical. 2 stops this early with 26 minutes to go. Meantime, Kuba Puchalski continues in the lead from Matt Barsh. Vika Schletz is third, and Sean Briley is fourth. The race has settled down a little bit. And the race has settled down quite a little bit now from the bumping and boring we saw earlier. Kuba Puchalski has a lead, but it's not a safe lead. Matt Barsh is in second place there with Vika Schletz trying to close in. Oh, and a pass. It is Bram Gelton getting ahead of Sean Briley there, and that was for 4th place. So Sean Briley finds himself bundled down another place into the clutches of no less than 6 times British champion Ruben Boutons. So the Dutchman, is he going to make a move? No, he's not. Yes, he is. Ruben Boutons down the inside, and he's wide. Will he hit the wall? No, he doesn't. He makes the move and continues ahead of Sean Briley. Briley into the pits.
Yep, Briley in now for his first pit stop, and it is a green light on the first box. Comes into gate 2. He waits for it. He gets it. Green light comes out, and he comes out behind Pinero.
Absolutely amazing pictures there, following Sean Briley down the pit lane from Scruffy Bear Pictures. Absolutely fantastic. That was a vital pit stop for Sean Briley. He's just getting beaten up out there, Anthony, and I think he's just taking himself out of the equation. He can concentrate on some fast laps now. So meantime, up at the front, it is Kuba Puchalski. No, it's Matt Barsh. Matt Barsh has the lead. Matt Barsh, while we're watching Sean Briley, Barsh has taken the lead on the track from Kuba Puchalski. It's still Vika Schletz in 3rd, Bram Gelton 4th, and Ruben Boutons in 5th.
Yeah, this is good racing all the way throughout this final. Like we say, it's a tense moment for a lot of these drivers, and probably the most overtakes we've seen in one race than we have over the entire weekend on track alone.
Absolutely. Matt Barsh started the race in third place, and he moved past Sean Briley, then he moved past Kuba Picholski to take the lead there. Now Vika Schlets is following. He's got his eye on that first place as well, but Bram Gelton behind, we've seen been pretty punchy during this race. Bram Gelton, even though he's fourth, surely has his sights on Matt Barsh first. They're on the backstretch there. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's as close as that down the backstretch. Ruben Bouton's right there with him as well. So, round the final corners here. There is Matt Barsh, there is Kuba Picholski and Vika Schlets. So, a little bit of a quiet time in the pit lane now, Anthony. Will there be any pit visitors? We've still got 6 drivers who've yet to come in at all.
Yeah, exactly. There's still several pit stops left to go in this race. Timer remaining 23 minutes, so plenty of time left in this race to get those done. But it's just going to be a guessing game, really. The fact that they've got 2 stops this time and not 1 means that the strategy completely changes.
Yeah, there is one driver who's rolled the dice on 2 pit stops early on. That is British driver Sam Slater. He is currently in 10th place, obviously, because he's been in the pits twice. He has rolled the dice on that, and he's 24 seconds behind the leader, which is almost a lap down. But it's not really visible. You can't really see it when you're looking out the window at Matt Barsh. So Matt Barsh is the leader. There's Kuba Picholski, and there is Vika Schlets behind. Now, Bram Gelton is a few kart lengths behind there, looking for him to close in on the lead 3.
Vika Schlets, yeah, Vika Schlets is in the pit lane for his first of his 2 mandatory stops, and the double stacking as well. Ivan is just behind as well. It's green lights for Vika, and for Ivan, it's also 2 green lights, so they are back out on track.
Yeah, Ivan Shana came in the pits right behind Vika Schlets there. Looking at it, Anthony, although he was bit double stacked, as we say, in the pit lane there, Ivan probably hasn't lost any time. No,
definitely. He didn't look like he lost any time. It was just the perfect amount of distance you had between themselves.
Yeah, he couldn't have been a lot closer, though, could he?
No, any closer, and that would have been a disaster for him.
Indeed. Now he's moved past Sean Briley. Ivan Shana is ahead of Sean Briley, so Sean Briley finds himself down in 7th.
Dennis Holler coming in. He wanted out of that quadruple group he was in. He comes in. This will be his second stop then. Green light on the first gate into gate 2, and he gets it. He's out on track, and he's done it. Comes out behind Slater.
Yeah, and quite a bit behind Slater. So if you remember at the start, Dennis Holler starting from last place, past Slater for position. In the pit stop, Slater came out and then, was just ahead. And now Dennis Holler's actually lost even more time to Sam Slater. Now there's Sean Briley. He's on the back of Ivan Shana as they come around. No pit stops this time, but there is Sean Briley. Now he was starting on the pole position. He found himself bundled down the order. He is starting to think about moving forward now. First on his hit list is Ivan Shana. Behind him, of course, keep a little eye there, Ramon Pinero, the Spaniard, could well catch up to this battling pair and maybe follow Sean Briley through if Sean can make a move on the Hungarian Shana. Now, there's Shana turning in. There's Sean Briley right behind him. Round these final corners. Look at the smoothness of these drivers.
And Sean Briley's in. Yeah, Sean Briley's in for his second and final mandatory pit stop, and it is a green light on gate 1. Coming into pit gate 2 now. It's a good stop under braking. On the power early. He comes out behind Sam Slater, but in front of Dennis Holler.
Yeah, more fabulous pictures there, and Sean Briley fighting away with Holler. He just about gets tucked in front of the jump, jumps up the inside. No, it looked like Holler was going to have a look in the hairpin in the Snell section, but it is Sean Briley who hangs on. There's the German Dennis Holler. There's the reigning champion Sean Briley. He's had a really rough start to this. He qualified on pole position, but
action in the pit lane. Sorry, yeah, the number 15 is in, Ivan Shana, and he's going for his second stop. It was a good on gate 1, green on gate 2, and he's going to come out well in front of Sam Slater.
Yeah, another fuel tank hugger there, Ivan Shana in the pit lane. Anthony, are you seeing some different styles in the pit stop?
No, not really. Apart from Ivan there, just hopping onto the tank. The majority of people, I think, are just so focused on just making sure they don't muck it up that they are just concentrating on sitting in the kart.
Yes, and here comes Dennis Holler down the inside of Sean Briley. So is that Holler? Yes, it is. Dennis Holler, the German, has passed Sean Briley. That was the position of about the neatest pass we've seen all race.
And into the pit lane, sorry, it is Matt Barsh for his first pit stop. It's good on the gate 1, coming into gate 2. Wait for it, gets the green light, and he's back out on track.
Yeah, race leader Matt Barsh there has come into the pits. He's resumed in fourth. We've had 4 people make 2 pit stops and 3 people make 1 pit stop. That leaves 3, Pachulski, Gelt and Boutons, who haven't made any stops at all. We are now just inside the second third. We've started the second third of this race. There's 19 minutes on the clock to go, and there, battling away, it's Matt Barsh with Vika Schlitz. So Barsh crucially came out ahead of Vika Schlitz after that pit stop. Anthony, that was very important there for Barsh.
Yes, it was indeed. Technically, yeah, everyone who's out on track, and there's certain parts of the track are still racing each other for position. It's just it looks a bit difficult right now due to that added pit stop. So yeah, at the moment, very critical. Oh, and Briley's back in. Sean Briley, he's done his pit stops. He's got an issue. He's got an issue with the kart, and Sean Briley right now is effectively out of this final.
Oh, what a shame for the pole sitter and reigning champion Sean Briley. It looks like it's game over for Sean Briley. What a disaster. He qualified on pole, hoping for so much from that pole position, but it's just gone wrong. Just gone wrong. He's been beaten and bashed around those early stages, and Sean Briley is out of the race. The reigning champion is out of the British Rental Kart Championship 2023. Anthony, have you got anything on that?
Not as of yet. I'll ask the staff because I don't want to distract him. He's talking to Brad Philpott at the moment. I'll try and find out what they asked here. Did he say anything to you guys? Do you know what he was saying when he came in? You know what he was saying when he came in? Right, okay. So, well, apparently the seat handle of some sort. Well, disaster, Sean. Not the result, mate, but not going to hold on to that title.
No,
what happened?
It's not the one. Every single lap, the seat's going back and back and back, and I'm barely reaching. I'm not in full control. I was off the pace and getting away. I'm not going to go back out and ruin the race. But yeah, no, it's not the way after the semi-final how I wanted it to end. But it happens. I'll just come back and do it again next year.
We wish you all the best for that one. I'm so sorry about that one. But Sean Briley, last year's champion, retiring from the final.
Absolutely, one of the most mature drivers in the field there, Sean. He really is, taking that very well indeed. Sean Briley, just to confirm, is out of the British Rental Kart Championship for 2023. The reigning champion, Sean Briley, is indeed out of the race, the grand final. Now, up at the front, though, it is Bram Gelton with 25 laps in the books, Kuba Pachulski second, Ruben Boutons third, and neither of them have made a pit stop. So none of them made a pit stop at all. Now there is Dennis Holler getting down the inside of Van Scharner. So Dennis Holler is the man on the move. He passed Sean Briley. Oh, now Sean Briley's retired, admittedly, but Dennis Holler passed him. Dennis Holler's now passed Van Scharner. Next on his hit list is Sam Slater, and we saw Dennis Holler pass Sam Slater earlier in the race, but Slater's actually got quite a gap on Holler. Slater has been setting some serious times, but the fastest driver on the track is Bram Gelton, one of only 2 drivers. He's leading the race, and he's only one of 2 drivers to set 29-second lap times. So Bram Gelton, there he is on screen now. He's the fastest in the race. He is holding that lead. Now, although he's the fastest, he's only just holding on to that lead from Kuba Pachulski. And Kuba Pachulski will be doing everything he can to take over that position. Kuba is one of those drivers to try it on the track rather than in the pit lane, but with 2 pit stops to make, we may see him in at any time. So there is Bram Gelton. Kuba Pachulski stays out. What about Ruben Boutons? He stays out as well across the line. There they go, Gelton, Pachulski and Boutons. Here's Bram Gelton. There he is round the snail section. There's a tight hairpin. We've seen a lot of action there.
Vika Schlitz in the pit lane. This is his second and final stop then. In gate 1 has the green light. It's all good. Coming into gate 2. And it is fine. He's out on the pit lane. Comes out behind Sam Slater. Oh no, it's Roman Piron, sorry.
So he's come out, let's have a quick double check on that one. Right, so Vika Schlitz, he has made his first stop. We've seen amazing performances by Vika Schlitz. He won all his heat races and really, cementing his place as one of the best drivers in the world of indoor karting. And so Vika Schlitz, we're looking at Ruben Boutons, that's his teammate. And there is Kuba Pachulski in the yellow. There's Bram Gelton, the race leader. Gelton continues on. It's Pachulski and Boutons. So Vika Schlitz actually has made 2 pit stops now. I thought it was 1 earlier on, but he has made 2. So where is Vika Schlitz? He is 6th place behind Ramon Pinero, but only just. Anthony, there are still 3 drivers who've yet to make a pit stop. Needless to say, they are the top 3, Gelton, Puchalski and Boutons. They are leaving it late now because we're now just past the halfway point.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a tough call to make. You don't, when you've got 2 pit stops like this, double stacking, like coming in, doing another lap, coming back in again, is kind of okay to do at the start of the race because you've got plenty of time to close it back up. But doing it at the end of the race is a very risky business because a lot can happen in that time that you may lose all that time. So you really should space them out if you're not going to do them straight at the beginning.
Absolutely right. Now, what is interesting, though, on that basis, the fastest lap in the race has just gone to Vika Schletz, just by the way. Vika Schletz setting a new record lap for this race, the grand final of the British Rental Kart Championship. But Ruben Boutons on screen there. Now, he is in 3rd place, but he is the master strategist. He is the master at this kind of game. It's literally chess on wheels when it gets to this level, especially with 2 pit stops. There is Ruben Boutons. He's not made any stops at all, and if anybody knows their way around the strategic game, it is this man, the double world indoor champion Ruben Boutons, and 6 times British champion, all at this track, Formula Fast, over the years. So there is Ruben Boutons. He's going to be a good one to follow on what to do in terms of strategy. He has not made a pit stop, and he's quite comfortable with that late double pit. Simply put, I don't think he sees it as necessary as pitting. He's not close enough to Puchalski for Puchalski to be a problem in terms of holding him up. And equally, this is not a race involving back markers, Anthony. There's going to be very little catching at all.
No, exactly that. Everyone's still on
the lead lap,
most people still on the lead lap, of course. It's just everyone's fairly spread out on circuit. That's all due to the double pit stops. But it's so interesting. That's why we like the format of the BRKC. You know, everyone gets used to that 20-minute plus 1 pit stop over the course of essentially 1.5 days, and then at the end it then falls down to 30 minutes and 2.
A 30-minute burst with £1,000 at the end. Now we're looking at Bram Gelton. On screen we can see Bram Gelton, but look ahead there, folks. Ivan Shana is actually the last place on the track, and he is now about to be caught by Bram Gelton. Will Bram Gelton come in the pits? Will Kuba Puchalski come in the pits, or even Ruben Boutons? They are seeing they're going to start catching people. The trouble is they're catching very, very fast people, very fast race winners already this weekend. So they're not going to catch them at a great rate, but when they do catch them, getting past is going to be hard. Yes, blue flags will come into play, but Ivan Shana, he's going to take some catch in the first place. Maybe this is where we'll see a pit stop from the top 3. Anthony, the lap record for this race has now gone to Kuba Puchalski, but they are catching a back market. In this case, that is Ivan Shana, simply because he's made 2 stops. He's not slow.
No, exactly that. Yeah, you can see them going across the line now. So, yeah, this is going to be an interesting one of what they're about to do. Technically, yes, Ivan should see the blue flags because he, I think, is being lapped, of course.
Can I cut in, Andy? Gelton's gone down the inside of Shana. Shana didn't need any blue flags. He was aware of what was going on. He's waved Gelton through. He's waved Puchalski through. They're on the backstretch. What about Ruben Boutons? Boutons not close enough to make a move at the end here. There's going to be Shana through these corners between him and second place, Kuba Puchalski. Will Boutons come in? No, he won't. He's going to try and pass Shana on the track. Of course, that is putting him a lap down, but Shana is moving very quickly indeed. He's letting Boutons through. Is Boutons through? No. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Both blue suits. I'm getting ahead of myself. So Ruben Boutons has gone through. Of course, the question is, blue flags notwithstanding, it's still possible to lose time in this situation. And with 2 stops in hand and only 10 minutes to go, we're about to, just under 11 minutes, we're about to move into the final third of this race, the grand final of the British Rental Kart Championship 2023. Crossing the line, there's Bram Gelton with the lead. He's not been in, nor is Puchalski, nor is this one. 3rd place, Ruben Boutons, as they round the tight hairpin of the Snell section. So, Anthony, I'm just going to look at the pit stop situation. I'm expecting 1, 2, 6, that's 8 pit stops still to be made as far as my calculations go, Anthony, with a mere 10 minutes remaining.
Well, I guess our maths is just as bad as each other because I've also got 8 remaining as well. So there we go.
We both passed or both failed, but either way, we're past for position there. That looked like Sam Slater on Ramon Pinero. Yes, he's done it. Ramon Pinero has been passed by Sam Slater. So having started near the back, Sam Slater is moving through the field. He is 7th. Now he's 6th. He's 6th ahead of Ramon Pinero. Now Sam Slater, of course, has made 2 stops. Pinero's only made 1.
Yeah, exactly. Pinero not in the best of spots here. He's definitely struggling here, and he's down another position. now into P7 as well.
Now, do you know what? I'm looking at Sam Slater. He's 23 laps behind the leader, but bear in mind he's made 2 stops, and he's the fastest. It's the new lap record for this race by Sam Slater there. Gelton has not been in. Puchalski's not been in. Bouton's not been in. Both those guys, all of those 3 need to stop twice. Matt Barsh still has another pit stop to make. Sam Slater is potentially going to be in the lead contest when these pit stops cycle through. 40 laps in. Anthony, Sam Slater, I think, is well worth watching as the guys cycle through their pit stops, because I think he could yet be a factor. He's not been on our radar because he made 2 early stops, but Sam Slater may have other ideas about this.
Well, you said he was 23 laps down. If he was 23 laps down, I wouldn't put any hope on him at all. He's 23 seconds down the road. Yes, now I'd put some money on him. Exactly. He's, one of those, exactly what we saw last year from Sean Briley. Early pit stops, get them out the way, sneak through. No one expected it, and then he came back and won it. Sean, Sam Slater didn't qualify great, didn't qualify at the back, but still, he started at the back of the grid, and we did say to him, it is possible, and he could do it.
Yes, he could, because he's gone from being 23 laps down to 23 seconds down, and that is just outside 2 pit stops. And the signal there from Kuba Puchalski. Will he be in this time? He was responding to a message from the gantry there. Will it be Kuba Puchalski? And yes, it is.
Yep, Puchalski in the pit lane. Here we go then for his pit stops, and it's a green light on the first one coming into pit gate 2. It's all good, and he's going to come out of the pit lane right behind Barsh.
So Matt Barsh has leapfrogged Kuba Puchalski. They've both made 1 pit stop. Both those drivers have to make another. Of course, Bram Gelton in first and Ruben Boutons haven't made any at all with just 8 minutes remaining. Will they be in sync for their first stop? Not Gelton and not Boutons either. So they continue round, and Ivan Shana now is a little bit behind them. He's a lap down, and firmly so. He's made 2 pit stops, but when they pit in, Shana could find himself suddenly an awful lot closer as well. There is Ivan Shana on the picture. There is Matt Barsh, and here is Kuba Puchalski. They've both been in, and there is Bram Gelton going down the straight, and followed by Ruben Boutons. Will it be a pit stop this time? Here comes Bram Gelton. He's not coming in. What about Boutons? He's not coming in either. My goodness, Andy, how late are these guys going to leave it?
I've got no idea. We've got just 7 minutes to go in this race, and there's a lot of pit stops still left to happen.
Absolutely, and there is Ruben Boutons, the 6 times champion of this race. Now, he is looking to make it 7 if he can. He's going to have to find a way of tackling Bram Gelton, though, his compatriot, and if he can make this work, it'd be outstanding. But at the moment, I think Ruben Boutons has just been held in check by Bram Gelton now. In the pits, though, you've got Pinero.
Pinero's coming in. Looks like another retirement here, potentially. He's pulling off to the side, and another retirement from the final. Roman Pinero out of this race.
Well, that's very disappointing, because it was looking though things might shake out his way. Obviously not, as he is now retired. So there are only 8 runners in this, and that promotes Shana up to 8th. Dennis Holler's up to 7th. Slater is in 6th, and 22.8 seconds behind. There's Ramon Pinero explaining something in the pit. He is out of this race. Even if he got back on the track now, he would be out of the running. And so very unfortunate that. So we are still waiting for the 2 race leaders to actually make any pit stop at all. We're waiting for a pit stop, 1 remaining for Matt Barsh and Kuba Puchalski with less than 6 minutes to go. Questions have to be asked. This is a seriously late pit stop for Bram Gelton and Ruben Boutons. Now, it looks as though Matt Barsh would be contending for the lead. Maybe. So we'll see what happens. 48 laps in. What a long way, Anthony. That really is a lot of laps around here, isn't it?
It is indeed a lot of laps. And Roman Pinero coming over to me. I want to see if I can try to get a word. Roman, what happened?
Nothing. I just felt something quite strange in the direction it was building up throughout the last laps. This is probably why my pace wasn't really good throughout the race. Turning one end, it was getting very light, and the other one, to a point we kind of get sort of stuck. So I was I didn't know if something was loose or something was bent, but I didn't want to risk a crash, and even more, I was like 9. So I mean, it didn't make any sense to risk anything. especially if I crash and I damage it even more, it's worse for the guy. So it's a shame, but still happy that I made the final, and we see how we'll do next year.
Well done, mate. Sorry to see you end, and sorry to see you at the final.
We'll see you in 24.
Well done. James, back to you.
Yeah, a regular in this event is Ramon Pinheiro. Obviously not his year. He's made the final, but he's out of the race. Clearly not comfortable with something going on there. Feels like he's off the pace and he's out of the race. Meantime, though, Sam Slater is the fastest on the track, and we have less than 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes remaining, and still the two leaders have not pitted. It's Bram Gelton, Ruben Boutens. Obviously some mind games going on out there, because one's waiting for the other to stop. There's Ruben Boutens. He's the second of those two. Now there is Sam Slater. He's the fastest on the track as we speak. He has moved up to 6th place. Sam Slater on screen now in the green. Again, one of the British hopes going in here. He has made the final, and there is Kuba Pucholski, who is in 4th place. He's
and pit lane, Bram Gelton, first pit lane is in. So Bram Gelton now gets a green light on gate 1 into gate number 2 now. This is crucial. It's a green light. He's back out on track.
Yes, he is. A good stop.
Here comes Matt Barsh as well. Sorry, James. He's back in the pit lane now. This is his second and final stop. Let's see where he comes out. Green light on the exit. Green light on the first gate. Green light on the second. He comes back out behind Vika Schlutz.
Great stop there by Matt Barsh. He's fending off Vika Schlutz, and Ruben Boutens into the pits.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, the 6-time British champion in, and it's a green light. Oh, I thought it was a risky one there on the first gate. Gets the green light on the second. He's back out on track. One pit stop done. Comes out behind Bram.
Side by side with Bram Gelton, but Gelton sweeps past on momentum. There was a lap there where it was just like the old days. Ruben Boutens in the lead of the British Rental Kart Championship final, but this time there's a bit of a change of the guard, because sweeping around the outside as Boutens exited the pit lane was the flying Bram Gelton. Still a Dutchman in the front, but it's a different Dutchman now, and it's Bram Gelton. There he is on screen in the dark suit. Now is he going to come in again? Boutens in for his second stop.
Boutens in. This is his second and final stop now. He was double stacking. We did wonder if this was going to happen, and it did. It was a green light on the first gate. Green light on the second. He's back out on track behind Vika Schlutz.
Yeah, so he's fallen behind Vika Schlutz. Schlutz has made 2 stops, so has Ruben Boutens. There are just 2 pit stops to be made. It's Bram Gelton from the lead and Kuba Pucholski with just less than 2.5 minutes to go. There's Bram Gelton. Will he be in this time, or is he going to leave it really late? So yes, he's in. Bram Gelton, the race leader. 54 laps and back in the pits.
He is in now. Let's see what we can do. So green light on the first gate into gate number 2. Now wait for it. He gets it. He goes out, and it's side by side with Schlutz.
Vika Schlutz round the outside, got the momentum. Can he cut across? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. It's Vika Schlutz, the Dutchman, takes it from another Dutchman. It's Dutch 1, 2, 3, because there's Ruben Boutens, but Kuba Pucholski leads, but Vika Schlutz has taken the lead of the British Rental Kart Championship with less than 2 minutes to go. There he is, golden helmet. There's Bram Gelton. Now what's Bram Gelton going to do about this? Schlutz has come right up the field.
Final pit stop is in. Sorry, this is Pucholski. He needs to get out quickly. It's green on the first one. It is green on the second one. He leaves the pit lane. It's going to be close.
And he's going to lose a place to Sam Slater. Yes, he does. Slater through to 4th place from way down the order. He qualified what he would consider in a poor position, but Sam Slater, those early stops, he's up to 4th place. Everybody's made all the pit stops. It's a race to the flag now, and leading that race to the flag is Vika Schlutz. Vika Schlutz, he's won all of his heat races. Amazing performance by the young Dutchman, and here he comes. There's Vika Schlutz, golden helmet. He's in 1st place and no pit stops remaining. Bram Gelton, though, is following him. It's a Dutch 1, 2, 3 at the moment, because there is Vika Schlutz, there is Bram Gelton, and they're followed by Ruben Boutens as Britain in 3rd. So Vika Schlutz leads the way. There's 51 seconds on the board. So Anthony, Vika Schlutz, what a performance.
Stellar performance from the young driver again. It just shows that, you know, he's got some serious talent out there. He had maximum points at the end of the first day. Did struggle at the start of today, but really came out of his shell now in the final.
Absolutely, here he is. There's less than half a minute to go. We're probably going to be getting the board next time around for the last lap. We'll check on that. It's going to be close though. Vika Schlutz, he is young, he is fast, he has a bright future in karting, and it looks like that may begin with this championship success. Vika Schlutz turns in at the end of the straight there. He's got a bit of breathing space to Bram Gelton, as much as can be said, 'cause it's only a couple of kart lengths, but Vika Schlutz, and it looks like a battle behind, but with Barsh and Pucholski, but We are looking at Schlitz. This is the last lap. This is for the championship. This is for £1,000. He's going to convert that one into euros if he wins it. And round this final fast corner for the last time. This is the end of the British Rental Car Championship. Down the backstretch, Bram Gelton is not close enough. It's not going to be Gelton. It's going to be Vika Schlitz, surely. Through the final corners, he's got one more corner between him and £1,000 and the ticket to the World Championship. Vika Schlitz, 2023 British Rental Car Championship champion. Vika Schlitz, Bram Gelton, close second. Ruben Boutsen's very close third indeed. Fastest lap went to Bram Gelton in his pursuit on the last lap, but what a performance there. Vika Schlitz from Holland has won the British Rental Car Championship 2023. You can see his exultation. He's absolutely delighted there, and there he gets the handshake from Sam Slater, who came through to 4th place. Bram Gelton was 2nd, of course, and Ruben Boutsen's 3rd. So Schlitz, Gelton, Boutens, Slater, Pacholski, Barsh, Holler up to 7th, Ivan Shana 8th, and retiring Pinero and Briley. They're down with you, Anthony, in the pit lane.
Thank you very much. And before they've even got out of the karts, you can see the emotion. It's absolutely fantastic. You can see here, and you can see the Blue Star team, Ruben Boutens, 6-time British Rental Kart champion, congratulating now a 1-times British rental karting champion, and you know, he's doing the right thing. He's getting the weight out now, and he's got to weigh himself. He's got to get that all done. Of course, the race really isn't over until they get off the scales. So here we go. Then he's off the scales, and it is all good. Let's get to Vika Schlitz as he celebrates, and the photos coming in now. The emotion there captured by Lee Marshall, Roman Pinero congratulating as well as Pacholski.
I tell you what, I'll come around this way. Let's climb over that wall.
Vika, don't worry about the weights, mate. You're done. You can just. Oh, he needs to weigh himself still. Sorry, he needs to weigh himself. I thought he'd weighed himself. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Don't want to do anything that we want to do there. Make sure he's good.
Anthony,
he's good. Hello, yes.
Just get a word with you. What a performance this has been. Vika Schlitz, new champion.
Yes, I know. Can you believe it? It's been absolutely fantastic. It's such a shame, obviously, for the rest of the drivers. You know, everyone's put in a stellar performance, but
I'm going to get some words with a couple of people. We're going to start with Sam Slater.
Well, yeah, you go for it. You go for it.
Amazing performance, mate. Really got to hand it to you. You qualified down the order. Not happy with that, but setting fast lap after fast lap up to 4th. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm very happy with that, but at the same time, what could have been, you know, it's one tiny mistake in a qualifying lap, and what could have been a title is a 4th place.
Well, yes, but you undid it magnificently. This is the sort of performance that we all admire, so great job there, Sam. Back next year?
Yeah, absolutely. I did set myself a target to win this before 2024, so
one year to go. What about the Swedish Championship later in the year? You're up for that one, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, coming this high up in this one is definitely going to motivate me to keep pushing, so yeah, it doesn't stop there.
Absolutely. Well, great job, Sam. Up to 4th place. Fantastic result there by Sam Slater. Let's see, have you got anyone?
Yeah, we've got Vika here. Vika, congratulations. Well done. You are the British Rental Karting Champion of 2023. Congratulations.
Yeah, really, thank you. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's unbelievable. It was so hard, but I made it. Yeah.
You go home with that £1,000, which I'm sure you're going to be converting to euros, so you're welcome for that. Yeah, it's what a result that is. I mean, tell us some of the emotions that you must be feeling.
Yeah, I was driving in the beginning, and I made my first pit stop, and then Matt Barch was in front of me, and he was a little bit defending, of course. Yeah, it was really difficult to take up the pace because it's really slippery now at the track. So I take my second pit stop, and then I was driving, and I saw I was coming, but I thought, oh, Bram will really close with me. But when I was over the line, it was, yes.
We were talking about you being one of the favourites going all the way through this weekend. You know, maximum points at the end of Saturday. A little bit shaky at the start of this morning, but you came through in that final. And again, your family, friends, all being so supportive here. It means a lot to them as well.
Yeah, I'm really proud of them all, and I know, yeah, I don't know what to say. It's unbelievable.
Well, congratulations once again. We'll let you bask in the glory of being 2023 British Rental Kart Champion.
Anthony, we're going to get a word here with the runner-up. It's Bram Gelton. Bram Gelton, can we catch a quick word? Bram, it was a really, really tough fight there. You made him work for it. Okay, he's won the championship, but by heck, he had to beat you to do it. It was looking good for you, though. How do you feel?
Yeah, I didn't expect a podium from P5. In the beginning, they were just pulling away from me, and then, I don't know, I found like 2 tenths and could claw back to Vika. But insane from Vika, yeah.
Outstanding performance from you, though, Bram. You really made him work for it. It was very close over the line there. If he'd made the slightest mistake, you'd have taken him, no question at all.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my pit stops were already on the edge, and it wasn't enough, so.
Well, that starts 2023 for you, Bram. What are you doing for the championships this year? Are you racing the World Championship, the Dutch Championship? What have you got in mind?
Yeah, of course, the World Championship in Kortrijk, in Italy, the Coppa Campioni, and just local challenges. Yeah.
Fantastic, Bram. Well, it's good to see you here. Congratulations on taking place, and we wish you well. All right, good luck. Good luck. Anthony, have you anyone else? Shall we find someone?
We can find someone. There are many people around here.
We'll grab someone.
Go on,
Let's
James.
have a word with Ruben Bootens.
Go on. I'll let you squeeze through. Go on.
It's the British Rental Kart Championship. We always get a word with you, but so very often, 6 times it's been for the first place. This time, of course, it's third. Last year was second, wasn't it? Third, so twice third now. How are you feeling for your race, your competition this year?
Yeah, I'm really happy. First of all, I'm super proud of Vika. He really deserved this win. He drove a fantastic weekend, so really cool to see him winning and to join him on the podium as second Blue Star driver. I can only be really happy. It's my 8th podium here in 9 times that I've been here, so yeah, I'm really happy.
Absolutely, Ruben. And obviously, it's always great to have you here, but every time you're a contender. This time, though, does it feel as though it's been a little bit more difficult? There's been a few struggles, it seems. Obviously, in the beginning stage there, getting bumped back to 5th place, that will have hurt a bit?
Yeah, definitely. My first race just set back all my chances on the title. I think if I wouldn't have had that penalty, I would have had the 5th or 4th card pick now, and then I think you have a completely different final, because now I had the 7th card pick, so you already know, despite the small differences, that you don't have the best card, so you have to fight for every tenth of a second. So the first race actually made my weekend quite difficult, but yeah, in the end I made the mistake myself, so I can only blame myself, and I have to learn from it, and I'm really happy that I kept focused and I'm back on the podium, which is always good in an event like this with so many strong drivers, so I'm happy.
It's been an epic tournament. We've seen some wonderful racing. I've been lucky enough to be able to watch it all, you know. Going forward through the year, what have you got remaining? Obviously, the World Championships. What about the various national champs? Obviously, Dutch Championship again for you.
Yeah, in Holland there's not really Dutch Championship organized this year, so my main focus will be on the Belgian National Championship, because that's the perfect preparation for the World Championship on the same track in Kortrijk. And then the World Championship, of course, in July. And then afterwards, you always have the Polish Championship at the end of the summer. So that's always high on my list as well.
Excellent. Well, Ruben Bootens, it's been great to see you again, once again on the podium. 6 times former champion, this time 3rd place, Ruben Bootens. It's his 8th podium in the British Rental Kart Championship. Ruben Bootens. There's Emma from M4M Timber Products presenting Ruben Bootens with the 3rd place trophy. He's heading for the 2nd step, but it's 3rd, Ruben. Okay, so Ruben Bootens 3rd. Let's hear it for Ruben Bootens. 2nd place. He fought well. It was a very close finish. It's Bram Gelton. Fantastic result there, Bram. 2nd place. Bram Gelton. There's only one winner. It was a close-fought contest. He won all his heat races. He came through in the end from a slightly lower starting position in the final, it has to be said. But the winner of the 2023 British Rental Kart Championship is Vika Schlitz. Well done indeed, mate. Fantastic result. The winner, Vika Schlatz, he walks out of here with the trophy, with £1,000, and with an entry to the World Championship later in the year. So the top three, it's Ruben Boutens third, Bram Gelton second, and the winner, Vika Schlatz, for the British Rental Car Championship 2023. Quite fixed.